It's really essentially the foundation of the service here is the spiritual heart. You might call it the source of love. We can obviously or not so obviously sometimes when we're challenged, but the crux, right? The foundational instruction point, or whatever you want to call that, is self-inquiry down to the roots of identity, and not just the conscious ones, but the unconscious roots of identity and identification in separation, division, not good enoughness, war. And as we do that, that change in shift in identification and how we experience what we might call self, here-ness. The radiance of that illumination can be talked about. I mean, I'm sure many of you have heard Adya talk about it in this model of head, heart, gut, that in other traditions, it's spoken about in a lot of paths. So that radiance of self-awareness, self-recognition at the head level, I'm generalizing, like I'm really briefly skating over this. I mean, it's a deep subject, right? But that radiance is a vast, empty, sort of no thingness, a clarity. And in the gut, it's and if this isn't striking home for you, you've got a different experience, a directness that is your own instruction, great. But for many have reported the radiance at the kind of up and out level, what we might call the head level, to be very expansive, vast. It's that radiant circle you see behind the pictures of the saints and the holy ones, the illuminated mind. I don't mean the intellect. And the gut is this here. When I go to speak about the radiance at the gut, what we might call the deep gut level, the words are just gone almost instantaneously, because it's so primal, it's so pre-verbal, it's so before and beyond. It's the dazzling dark, the home. It's home. The radiance there is the dark radiance of all. But what I want to try and we've done this together as a group, but I'm going to focus on it again tonight here at the heart level. The radiance is that of the spiritual heart, the flame that can't be diminished. The heart of matter itself. The mother, cosmic parent of beingness, the fiery radiance of presence, uncaused. I say that word, but I really hope it's going to sink in. Uncaused, without cause, first, original, It's hard for us to come up with something that doesn't have a cause from our intellect, correct? But it's without, you might say it's causal itself, causalness itself. But it itself is without it is origin itself. This radiance, uncaused love, the source of all other expressions of love, the one and the manyness, the all and the particularities, the sun and its rays.